All right, so today is a really special treat. We have Cynthia Izaguirre from Channel 8 WFAA News. Cynthia is a local DFW person, and then she went to college at North Texas, the University of North Texas, and then she went off, and then she came back, and she is now anchoring her hometown news. So it was incredibly gracious of Cynthia to do this interview. She's one of the nicest people I've ever ran across, and she's just a wonderful person. And I think her message is great. I think it talks to you a lot about what hard work and being nice does, but also Cynthia made one of the most famous flubs on air before, and she overcame it. And I think it also says that if you make a mistake, it's okay. It doesn't define you forever. So once again, I just want to thank Cynthia. I hope you guys enjoy this. I really enjoyed watching this, and I hope you guys are doing well. And I can't wait till we all get to be back together.
Rolling.
Hi, Mr. Ketchum's class. Cynthia Izaguirre here with WFAA and our floor director, Joe Cruz. There he is. He's on the other side. He's going to record this for me, and he's also going to be asking me your questions tonight. Okay? Take it away, Joe.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. How cool is it to be on the news every day?
It's pretty cool. It's a privilege, though, being able to help North Texans get through their days, especially during times like this.
Question number 2. Tell us about your family. How do you balance work and life?
Oh my gosh, that is a great question. I'm not sure that you ever truly find that you have a great balance. All I know is that my number one goal every day is that I am the most loving wife and mother there is. My number one goal when I come to work is that I am the best journalist I can be. So Mother Teresa, who is someone I look up to, she's passed on, but I look up to her for now and always. She was asked once by a reporter, how can we all promote world peace? And she said, go home and love your family. So that's what I'd like to do.
All right, question number 3. If you weren't on the news, what would you want to be?
I like it. It used to be an actress, not anymore. I think now what I would want to be is probably the president of a nonprofit that benefits foster children. That's where my passion is.
All right, this one's got a couple parts to it. Do you have a favorite play or musical? Top 5, favorite actor or actress?
Okay, I do have a favorite musical, The Lion King. I watched it on Broadway in New York City, and I never forgot it. So anytime The Lion King musical is in town, I try to catch it. I'd love to take my children soon. I have 8-year-old twins and a 3-year-old, so hopefully I can take them soon. Best actor, Will Smith. Best actress, Renee Zellweger.
What is it like to be on the air on the TV station you grew up watching?
A dream come true.
Hi, I'm going to UNT this fall, like you and Coach Ketchum did, and I'm very excited. What advice do you have to someone who wants to get into TV news?
Go Mean Green, number 1. If you want to get into TV news, 3 things. Number 1, read a lot. Number 2, write a lot. Number 3, treat others the way you want to be treated in every aspect of your job.
Question number 7. What are your favorite stories to tell on the news? Is there any story that really stand out to you?
My favorite stories are always going to be the ones where we're advocating for people, especially right now during this pandemic. People have a lot of questions. People are suffering. People need to know their rights, especially renters. So those are the stories that I like doing. As far as more original writing, our originals, our WFAA originals, and any story that our reporter Teresa Woodard does.
Why do you think that happy news doesn't sell on TV as well as sad news?
Interesting. You know, I read once that negative emotions, for whatever reasons, trigger more activity in our brains, more so than happy emotions. And it makes sense because I'll get 10 emails a day, 9 of them will be good, and the one ugly one, the nasty one, is the one I'll remember. So I don't know, maybe it's just being human, but I'm working a lot more on focusing on the positive. And I can tell you that right now, so are our viewers, and they do want the happy news, and they are responding to it.
Were you were you in a fine arts school? Excuse me, let me rephrase that, if I can speak better for you. Were you in fine arts in school? If so, how did fine arts help shape you as a person?
I was in fine arts. I was in theater, and I always loved my art classes, even though I don't even know how to draw a stick person. But I can tell you that fine arts is the way to express your creativity. And speaking of the brain, that is a great way to mold and shape your brain. So fine arts are very important, and the more we can tap into it, the better for us.
Hey Cynthia, I was a foster child and was adopted a few years ago. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. I heard you adopted a foster child this past year. What was that like for you guys, and were you worried about missing work?
First of all, you were adopted a few years ago. Congratulations. And I hope that you're happy. I know that you are. It sounds like it. We adopted my little Henry a year and a half ago, and it was beautiful and very hard at the same time. Henry came to us at a very young age and with a lot of medical needs, but we have worked through those needs, and he is flourishing and he is thriving, and he is my big boy, and he makes my day every day, and I love him so much. It's as if I spit him right out of my tummy. And I chose him. We chose him, and we'll always remind him of that. He was chosen.
Can you walk us through your day from when you arrive at work? How many technicians, makeup, camera, producers, etc. do you deal with? What does the process look like?
Well, I walk in during normal circumstances. Of course, we are operating under very abnormal circumstances. I'm on a rotating schedule with my co-anchor, Chris Lawrence, right now, working out of the house. This is my turn to work in the studio, and he's at home right now. Joe's going to give you a panoramic view of our studio right now. But under normal circumstances, when we are not dealing with a pandemic, I would come in around 2 o'clock, attend an editorial meeting, talk with producers, copy edit, drive over here to Victory Park from our Young Street studios 10 minutes down the road, anchor the 5 and 6, drive back to our Young Street studios, meet with producers before the 10 o'clock show, then drive back here to Victory Park to anchor the 10 o'clock. It's a long day, and I sleep very well at night.
Hey, Ms. Izaguirre. I think that's probably the first time I've said that out loud. I think many of us at our age are afraid that one mistake will do us in. I think a lot of us are anxious over it. What has been your biggest on-air mistake or flub, and how did you handle it?
I think whoever wrote that already knew what my biggest on-air mistake was. It was in the year 2000. If you haven't seen it, just type Google in your computer, blind gay mountain climber.
Right after the break, we're going to interview Eric Weihenmayer, who climbed the highest mountain in the world, Mount Everest. But he's gay. He's blind. So we'll hear about that coming up.
Okay, as we head to the break, a look at the 6 o'clock.
The biggest mistake of my career, I thought I was going to get fired. But you know what? We grow by mistakes. And we're not human if we don't make mistakes. So you cannot have anxiety about making mistakes. They're going to happen. The question is, are you going to learn from that mistake and not make it twice? I don't make the same mistake twice. And I certainly didn't make that mistake twice. Knock on wood.
But Spider-Man and Superman, different story.
Oh yeah, that's another blooper. The Spider-Man Superman one. Look that one up.
On August the 12th. And who's your favorite Marvel Comics hero? Mine is Superman. Remember the motto? With great power comes great responsibility. Have a great night, everyone. We'll see you again at 6.
I'm telling you, I'm human. I make mistakes, dumb ones. It's embarrassing. But I am going to tell you this. If you're going into this business, prepare yourself. If you're an on-air personality, a lot of people are going to see your mistakes, and you're just going to have to learn to do that.
Last one. How has the essential shutdown affected you and your family and work?
Just like with all of you. It's been very stressful. It's been hard. I have 5 siblings. Out of my 5 siblings, 3 of them were laid off immediately. So that's added stress, right, to the family. But I just keep having an attitude of gratitude. There's so much to be thankful for. In my case, number one, I've got my health. My immediate family is very healthy. Number two, I've got a job. So just a spirit of gratitude daily is how we're trying to make it through these very uncertain, very scary times. But my mom has always told me, and this in Spanish, no hay mal que por bien no venga, meaning there's never a bad, horrible thing that can happen where good won't eventually come out of it. And so I hold on to that. Are we done?
That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Ketchum. Thank you, class. Go Mean Green.